welcome. Hello again. My name is Megan. I'm so happy you're joining me for a little yoga. It's always so good to move your body and sort of be in this space and on your mat. Just a few reminders, of course, before we get started. Like always, there's definitely background noise and some distractions. So I apologize for that, but I'm home here with my animals, my kids, and then also just a reminder to you to really pay attention to your body, what it needs, do what's feeling right for you. If the pose that we're in doesn't feel so great, there's definitely modifications that you can take. You can come out of the pose, come back into a comfy seated position and just breathe, go into child's pose. There's definitely options. So, all right, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are healthy and happy. I know I say it all the time, but I hope you're getting outside and enjoying some of this beautiful weather. I hope spring is actually finally here and that there won't be any more snow flurries flying around, because that's just crazy. But all right, let's get started. So sitting comfortably, a nice tall spine, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take a long breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and let it go. Super. I'm just making sure that, yep, we're good. Okay. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit here and then go the other way. Stretch your neck, drop your ear to your shoulders, your sides, maybe your chin to your chest, and then look up. Just, inviting some movement here. Preparing your body and your mind for the yoga that we're about to do. I'm going to use my singing bowl. I've been using this probably almost in all of the videos, I think, but as a reminder, or if you're new joining us today, a singing bowl makes a really cool sound, and it's a super quick way to get grounded and centered before you start practicing yoga. You don't have to have one or always use one. I just love it so much. It's actually, I think, one of my favorite yoga tools. All right, so while you're listening to the bowl, you can lie down, sit comfortably, close your eyes. Most importantly, try to take those big, deep yoga breaths, that in through your nose, and that big release out of your mouth the whole time you are listening to the singing bowl. Okay, so here we go. Relax those shoulders and just listen. Super duper. All right, we're gonna come right on into child's pose and get started. So bring those big toes together to touch. Spread your knees to the edges of your mat. Sit your butt back on your heels and then slowly allow your chest to drop down towards the mat, stretching your hands way far out, spreading your fingers wide, and allowing your forehead to gently rest on the floor. Take a long breath in through your nose and a long breath out of your mouth. Breathe in again and breathe out. On your next breath in, let your hands walk over to the right, stretching your left side body. Coming back through center, breathing in. As you breathe out, take your hands over to the left, stretching that right side body. Nice. Coming back through center. Let's take a long breath in and a long breath out. From here, just bring yourself up like this, and we're going to thread the needle. You're going to leave your left hand down, take your right hand and stretch it up high. As you breathe out, you're going to thread your right hand, your right arm under your left arm, rolling onto the top of that right shoulder, and then you're here. If you want a little more, you can take that left hand and stretch it all the way to the top of your mat. It's a nice big shoulder stretch. And then we'll switch sides. So bring it back through center. This time your right hand stays down, left hand lifts, breathe in, and then go ahead and thread it through underneath that right arm, rolling it all the way on to the top of that left shoulder. Staying here or taking your right hand and reaching it high. And you'll definitely probably notice one side feels very different than the other. It certainly does for me. Bringing it back through center. We're going to come in right into downward facing dog today. So you're going to tuck your toes behind you. And then you're going to lift your hips nice and high. Just like that. Pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Let your head and neck go. Your knees can be soft and bent here. Okay, you're trying to stretch your heels down onto your mat. They're probably not there right now. This is our first down dog of the day, I think. For me it is. And then just walk your dog out here. So remember that your hands want to be shoulder width distance, your feet hips width distance, your fingers are spread wide. You're really lifting that tailbone up towards the ceiling and pressing your chest back. And then just walk this dog out. So one knee bends, one leg straightens. And then let's bring both heels up nice and high. As you exhale, drop both of your heels over to the right. Take a nice big breath in, come back through center, heels lift high. As you exhale, drop both heels over to the left. And then coming back through center, nice big deep breath in. Keep those heels lifted. As you exhale, press the heels down into your mat. Again, lift the heels, breathe in. This time, bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet up to your hands. Keep your feet spread wide. We're coming into Ragdoll. Big, nice bend in those knees. Allow the crown of your head to drop down towards your mat. And just let it go. Then you can grab opposite elbows. Take a nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Release your hands to the mat. Bring your feet together to touch. And then with your knees bent, you're going to slowly roll your body up to a standing position. Nice. Rolling your shoulders down your back. Relaxing them away from your ears. Pressing your feet down into the mat. Turning your palms to face the front of the mat. And we'll stand into Tadasana, mountain pose. And we'll begin moving through our sun salutation. So breathe in, take your hands up over your head, press your palms together. As you breathe out, you're going to fold forward. Take another breath in, lift halfway so hands can come to your shins or your knees, or your fingertips can stay down on the ground. You just want to pull your fingertips back so they're lined up with your toe tips. But what you're trying to do here is find lots of length in that spine. From the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Take a long breath in. As you breathe out, fold forward. Let's do that one more time. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold forward. And then bring those hands down. Bring your knees down. And we're going to stay here in our tabletop position. And move through some cat and cow stretches. So belly drops, chin lifts, look up. And then press through your palms, round your spine, pull your chin to your chest as you breathe out. And just keep moving through these motions. Belly drops, chin lifts as you breathe in. Pressing round, pulling that chin into your chest as you breathe out. Coming back into your tabletop. And then let's take that right foot, kick it straight back behind you, flexing that right foot. Your toes are gonna stay down, facing the floor. Your belly is strong, that back leg is straight. And then go ahead and take that left hand and stretch it forward. Yes, and you're gonna breathe in here, breathe out. And then drop that left hand. Place your right foot down on the floor behind you. And then roll that right shoulder open, lifting that right hand up, keeping that left knee down on the floor. This is a modified side angle pose. And then let's take that right hand down. Come back into your tabletop. Maybe shake your tail out a little bit. Then you're going to kick that left foot straight back behind you. Super straight leg. Flex that left foot. Toes are facing down towards the mat. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let that right hand lift. Find lots of length here. Really stretching from your the tips of your fingers all the way through that heel and toes. And then as you breathe out, we're going to bring that left foot down. Just kind of roll your hip, roll your heart, and that left shoulder open. Taking that left hand high. And then we're going to move it back through our tabletop. And then please bring that belly down, your knees, your chest, and then your forehead finally drops. And then take those hands, make sure they're directly under your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift your heart and head, cobra. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, press through the tops of your feet. Lift your knees and thighs, come up into upward facing dog. So your heart is pulling forward, your gaze where you're looking can lift. Your elbows are soft here. Really press through the tops of your feet, lifting your knees and thighs. As you exhale, drop the knees, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. And then take those feet, walk them together to touch. Lift your right foot high. Keep lifting that heel, stretching it up towards the ceiling. And then allow that right hip to open, your right knee to bend, and really roll that hip open, making sure your armpits both stay facing down towards the mat. Straighten out that leg. Place your right foot down. Let's do it on the other side. Left foot lifts high. And then roll that hip open, bending your left knee, bringing your heel towards your right butt cheek, rolling it open. Exhale that foot down. Come back into your downward facing dog. Press that chest back. Take a big breath in. Inhale, lift your heels high, bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet to the front of the mat. Take a breath in, lift halfway. As you exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, take your arms out wide like wings. Come all the way up. Hands come over your head. Press the palms together. Exhale, hands come through heart center. And then drop your hands to your sides. Great. Let's move through one more sun salutation. Breathing in. Sun salutation A. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, hands down. This time step your feet back so you're in a high push-up position. We're going to move slow here. We're going to move through. This is Chaturanga, high to low push-up. So as you lower yourself down into your low push-up, the elbows have to stay close to your body. As you breathe in, you flip over to the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. As you breathe out, press into your palms, roll over the tops of your feet, and then just place yourself back into downward facing dog. Yeah. And then we're breathing. Nice long breath in. A long breath out. Inhale, lift your heels high. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your feet to the front of the mat. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, fold it forward. As you breathe in this time, sit your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. We're coming into chair pose. So hips sink back, knees and thighs squeeze together. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. Even you can try lifting them up. Sink your hips back as you reach your hands up overhead, turning your pinkies in to face one another, pulling those shoulder blades together and down your back, letting them relax away from your ears. Belly pulls into your spine. Take a long breath in and a long breath out as you fold it forward. Breathe in, lift halfway. Breathe out, hands down, step it back. Let's do high to low, the Chaturanga. High push up. As you breathe out, low. Breathe in, lift. Right back into upward facing dog. As you breathe out, press it back. And here we are, back in downward facing dog. Let's lift that right foot nice and high again. Bending in the knee, rolling the hip open. You can stay here, or if you want to, you're gonna let your dog flip right over. Just make sure that your feet, both of your feet, that all your toes are facing forward. And then you're pressing your hips up, and then you're reaching that right hand behind you, and then flip it back around. Coming back into downward facing dog. Let's take a breath here. Breath out, lifting that left foot nice and high. Try it on the other side if you'd like. Let that knee bend. Keep rolling that hip open, open, open until you flip. Flip it around. Pressing your hips high. Reaching that left hand back behind you. Yeah. And then coming back around. Let's take a little moment here in our child's pose. Just for a breath or two. Maybe letting your forehead roll and rock side to side. Yeah. All right, and when you're ready, come on back in to your downward facing dog. And we're gonna step that right foot to your right thumb. Pause here in your runner's lunge. Spin your back heel in and down. And then you're gonna rise up. Warrior number one. So immediately pull back on that right hip. Left hip presses forward. Bring some attention to the outside edge of that back foot and press it down into your mat as your right knee presses forward. Bring your hands up. Nice straight arms. Relax those shoulders away from your ears. Yes. Warrior number one. And then let's open it up. Warrior number two. So the feet switch up a little bit. Your heel of your right foot is lined up with the middle part of that back foot. This is a big, deep bend into that right knee. Arms come out to the side like a T. And then your drishti, where you're looking, is right over your front middle finger. And let's be here in warrior number two, this power pose. Feel yourself squeezing your inner thighs, pulling your inner thighs together as you go a little bit deeper into this lunge. Let's breathe in, straighten out your front leg. Breathe out, warrior number two. Flip that front palm. Breathe in, reach it back. As you exhale, come into side angle pose. So your right forearm is gonna rest on that right knee. You're trying to open up that heart and peel your left shoulder back. Left hand reaches high. If this hurts your neck, you can always look down at the floor. Side angle pose. So you're pressing that right knee open with your forearm as you're opening up your heart and that left shoulder. Let's take it back into warrior number two. For one more breath in. As you breathe out, you're gonna step your back foot up to your front foot. Take a big breath in. Big breath out, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high to low, Chaturanga. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Let's step left foot to your left thumb. Pause here in that runner's lunge. Just set it up. Spin your back heel in and down. Rise, warrior number one. And then pull back. This time on that left hip. Let your right hip press forward. Bend deeply into that left knee. And then really find some strength and press the outside edge of your back foot into the mat. Lift your arms. Maybe you lift your gaze. Breathing here. I'm just going to spin it around so that my back's not to you as we open it up into warrior number two. So adjust the feet, arms come out wide, and then you're looking forward. Breathe in, straighten out the front leg. Breathe out, warrior number two. Let's do another one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip that front palm. Reverse as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, left forearm to that left knee. And then you're pressing into that left knee. You're pressing that left knee out towards your left pinky toe. As your right shoulder peels open and lift that right hand high. And then breathe in, come back into warrior number two for a breath. Breathe out, take that back foot, step it up to meet the front foot. Big, long, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's come into tree pose. We'll do it on both sides and then we'll take it back down onto the floor. Get our bodies relaxed and ready to rest in Shavasana. So remembering that when we do tree pose, the foot that lifts, it just shouldn't be on your knee. So the foot lifts below the knee or above the knee, or you can just kind of prop it up just like this. This is great right there. So tree pose, I'm gonna take my right foot, press it into my left thigh, and then my left thigh back into my right foot. And I'm holding here, I'm trying to open up that right knee. I'm pressing firmly down into my left foot. And then I wanna grow my branches here. These pants are super slippery. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Pull your belly into your spine, tuck your tailbone. Maybe you lift your gaze a little bit. And then pull everything back in. Shake it out. And take it over to the other side. So now you're gonna be standing on your right foot. Your left foot is lifting. Press that left foot into your right leg and your right leg back into your left foot. That is not going to happen. Here we go. Holding here, getting yourself centered and grounded. And then go ahead and open up the branches. Maybe taking a look up. And then we'll take it back down. Shaking it out. Nice. And while we're here, let's do a nice hip opener. So you're gonna take your feet out wide, turn your toes out, turn your heels in, and then you're gonna squat down. Just like this. And then you can use your elbows, press them into your knees to really open up those hips. This is Malasana, a little froggy squat. Try to keep that chest lifted. Just open it up here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. And then bring your hands down to the mat. And then lift your hips up high. And then you're going to grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Just wrap them around. It's called the Yogi Toe Lock. Wrap them around there. Find length in your spine. And then as you breathe out, pull your toes up, and then press that big toe down. So there's that pulling and pushing. Should be a nice stretch for your spine. Really drop the crown of your head towards the floor. And then let's shake it out. And then you're just gonna sit down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees bounce out to the side. And if you'd like to, you can fold forward a little bit here. And just hang out. A little butterfly pose. And then you're gonna bring those knees together. And before we lie down into our bridge pose, we're gonna do a little work on our core strength here. We're gonna come into boat pose. So this, if I just bring my tippy toes and tap them on the floor with my knees bent and stretch my arms up, this is fine. If you want a little more, you can lift your feet. The full pose, you extend the legs, keeping the feet flexed, and your chest stays lifted. Boat pose. This is a good one for that core, really building strength in our bellies. Yeah, and then pull those knees into your belly, squeeze them tight, and then just let yourself rock all the way down onto your back, pulling your knees into your belly, rocking side to side, and then allow your feet to come down onto the mat. Knees are going to stay bent, feet or hips width distance. Arms come along the sides of your body. Your fingertips should be brushing your heels. And then you'll press your hips up towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit more, you can interlace your fingers underneath you and sort of roll your shoulder blades together. Press your hips a little higher. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then slowly bring your hips back down onto the mat. Pull your knees in for a squeeze, and then allow your feet to lift up over your head and your heart. You can let your hands drop out to your sides. And maybe point and flex those feet while you're here. Just for a few breaths, allow those feet to come up over your head and your heart. You can close your eyes here. And then slowly bring your feet back down onto the mat. Allow your knees to drop to one side. So I'm letting my knees, both of my knees drop to the right, looking left, spinal twist. As I breathe in, coming back through center, I'm gonna drop both of my knees over to the left and look right. Nice. Coming back through center, and if there's anything else that you feel you need to do before Shavasana, go ahead and do it. I am, hi Ollie, ready to come right on into it. So I'm gonna let my feet drop out to the sides and take lots of space. Yeah, allowing my arms to move away from my body. Relaxing my face and jaw. Closing my eyes. And finding stillness. Shavasana. Great, moving slow. Allow your feet, allow your toes and fingers to wiggle. Pull your belly in, pull your knees into your belly. Squeeze them tight. Roll over onto your right side. And with your eyes closed, if that feels okay for you, come all the way back up to a comfy seated position. Take a deep breath in. Take your arms up over your head. Pressing your palms together, deep breath out, bring your hands to heart center. Pausing here for a moment. And then lifting your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, that space between your brows. Take a long, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And together we'll bow and say, Namaste. Alright. I hope this made you feel so much better today. Enjoy this week. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy this weather. Be good, be healthy, be happy, stay safe, guys. And I'll see you soon. Bye.